What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. The Level 1 podcast has returned, and we got a lot to talk about today, including updates on Asmongold, who ghosted me. Also, we'll talk about Wings of Redemption and his upcoming appearance on the show. But actually, sorry, my hair's all screwed up now. The major focus of today is actually to talk about the Game Awards. The Game Awards nominees were actually announced yesterday. And what we will do today is go through said nominees and see what we think. It's always interesting to take a look at what a group of very inclusive leftist journalists think are great games. It's always fascinating looking at these nominations lists. You know what I mean? But in reality, I've heard some of the nominations and I was like, oh, this is interesting because this year I've actually either touched upon, played, or know all the games, which is a rarity. I think it's because this year I'm a PC gamer. So we'll talk about that, okay? So today should be a great one. Sit back and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another awesome edition of the Level 1 podcast, if I can find the button. All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. Today, sorry, I'm laughing. I'm reading the stream chat. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of November, 2025. I'm DSP, and this is the return of the Level 1 podcast. Haven't been around for a couple of days, but now we're back, and we got a bunch of fresh topics to talk about today. Notably, let's just talk about this one at the very top of the show and get it out of the way. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my guest on today's episode of the Level 1 podcast, Asmongold. Or I would have been saying that if he had actually lived up to what he said he was going to do. Just to give you a follow-up, I contacted him and said, listen, let's have a conversation about all this stuff that you're watching in these detractor videos because it is out of context. You believe it at face value. Give me a fair shot rather than just blatantly and blindly believing what people say about me. Surprisingly enough, he said, I agree. And we were going back and forth in Twitter DMs about when, okay? On Sunday, he had apologized to me and said, I'm sorry I didn't directly respond to you yet, but I will let you know, by the end of Monday, if we can do the show on Tuesday, because that was the date that I had pitched to him. I said, let's do it on Tuesday, which would have been right now. And he says, I will absolutely let you know by the end of Monday, if I'm available on Tuesday. He said he actually should be, but he didn't want to 100% lock it in until he was absolutely positively sure he could do it. Okay. So nothing was ever set in stone, but that's what he said. All day yesterday, you guys kept asking me about it, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. He hasn't locked it in yet. He hasn't responded again. He hasn't said yes or no, so I can't tell you guys anything either way. Until I actually get an answer from this guy, I don't know what's going on. And we waited all day, and I streamed all day, and nope, didn't respond. So that's that. Now, here's the thing about Asmongold, if many of you don't know. He is a current event cover guy. Like, literally anything that happens in the news, in the politics, in the media, he's covering. Today, I believe there is the vote in the United States government for if they're going to be revealing the Henry Epstein files. And will the files, if revealed, will they contain critical info exposing politicians and showing that they were on Epstein Island and in cahoots with the evil Henry Epstein? Who will be exposed? What will... Sounds like a lot of drama, doesn't it? It sounds like the plot to some like cheesy, sleazy TV drama show, fucking Desperate Housewives, Days of Our Lives, General Hospital nonsense, doesn't it? But this is what's going on in American politics right now, okay? So people like Asmongold, and not just him, but many other streamers, cover this shit daily, and this is how they get popular, all right? I'm not shit-talking that at all. I'm just saying that's what they do. So with this going on right now, it's kind of like, oh, well, on a day when probably not a lot was going on, he was watching my detractor content and he was interested in it. But now there's crazy other stuff that's more interesting going on, and that's what he's more interested in now. And then tomorrow, something else might happen and he'll be more interested in that. That's how he is. That's how a lot of content creators are. They try to jump from topic to topic, stay on the hot trend or whatever, okay? So I'm definitely not faulting Asmongold for essentially ghosting me and not responding like he said he would yesterday. But at the same time, this makes it obviously difficult to work with a guy like that because you don't know if you can trust him or not. He said he was going to show up, or at least let me know if he was going to show up, and then he just blew it off. So I don't know. Some people have explained it to me that Asmongold basically deals with this kind of stuff live on stream. So he very much right now might be sent this clip saying, hey, Phil talked about you on stream. He'll watch it. Then he'll go to his Twitter DMs and then he'll respond. Okay? And if that's the case, okay, I get it. But he did say that he was going to respond yesterday and he didn't. That's black and white. Okay? So here's what I've pitched. All right? Next week, Monday or Tuesday, whichever works for him. All right? So that'd be what? November 24th, 25th, whatever. One of those days, I would like to do the co-stream as we had discussed, okay? And if he can do it, then great. And if he can't, no big deal. No, and I mean it too. Like, sure, it would be a great opportunity to appear on a show with that much viewership and get that much attention on myself and my content. But at the same time, it's not the end-all, be-all. It's not the end of the world. I don't really care either way. To be frank with all of you, I don't. You guys care a lot more than I do. You guys have literally been nonstop bringing this up. Jasper, you got my mic all wet with your nose. You got my mic wet with your nose. Come on, buddy. Don't do that. Anyway, so that was cute. You nut. He's distracting me. Okay. So, I actually lost my train of thought. Oh, to me, it's not a big deal. Like, yeah, it's interesting to do something like this, but at the same time, if it doesn't happen, I don't care. Like, I have tons of things to do. I'm juggling various different games in my schedule. I'm fine. It's not a big deal. All right. Like I said, you guys have been bringing this up way more than me daily. Like every day, people in the chat. What about Asmongold? I don't know. I'm not Asmongold. Like, go ask him. Like, actually, that's a good point. If you guys actually want to know what's going on with Asmongold, you should probably go watch him and ask him. Because I don't know what's going on with him. I'm doing my own content. You know what I mean? And it does seem like that's when publicly on his streams, he talks about all this stuff. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe, like I said, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, whatever, he'll actually start talking about it. But right now, so anyway, that's what I pitched to him. I said, listen, Monday or Tuesday next week, right, on the show, let's have you as a guest. We'll co-stream or whatever. And there you go. Okay? It's that simple. So business as usual for me. Rest of this week will be very normal. All right, as usual. And we'll see what happens if he responds by next week. And if not, oh well. No big deal. Okay? Now, one person actually made a good point last night on my late stream. They said, but what about Wings of Redemption? Because you're talking about having him on the show again. And we were interested in when he was coming on, and you had even pitched 2 dates, but nothing, there hasn't been like a locked-in follow-up or anything. You're right, there hasn't been. So basically, here's what happened. I pitched 2 dates to Wings. I said either Monday, November 24th or December 1st. Either one would work. First, he didn't respond, and eventually he did and said, hey, you decide. Okay? So I hadn't actually locked in and confirmed with him the date yet. I actually, I talked to you guys, and you guys seem to be under the impression have him on sooner rather than later. And I was like, oh, okay, we could do that. But I hadn't actually talked to him again to confirm that. So there hasn't been a, yes, 100% he'll be on this date. Obviously now, with all this crap going on with Asmongold, it throws a monkey wrench into those plans. Like, I 100% would love to say with you guys, he'll be on Monday the 24th. But I don't know what's going on. All right? And you guys know me. You do. I am a very planned out individual. I like having a set schedule. I like having an outline for everything I'm going to do. If there's an appearance coming up, I want to announce it ahead of time to hype it up so we know what's going on and people can be excited for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's frustrating to me that right now I can't say to you guys definitively, here's what's going on with the schedule. I can't. It could be that in the next few days, Zach contacts me and says, hey, okay, let's do it on Monday. Okay, so then that's happening. It could be that he literally ghosts me and never speaks to me ever again, but continues to watch detractor content, and I can't help that if that's the case. It could be somewhere in between. I don't know what's going to happen. So I can't tell you what's happening next week. I'll put it this way. If I don't hear from Asmongold by, say, the weekend, the end of Friday, that's the end of my business week, then I'll consider it that we're not going to do the show together. And then I'll move on my merry way and just do whatever I want. Okay? He can reach out by Friday. Okay? It's that simple. And if I don't hear from him by Friday, then it's done. All right? Okay. Done. Because I want to lock in. Right now, I would like nothing more than to say, hey, Wings will be on the show on the 24th or the 1st. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. All right? So let's see. Let's go from there. Okay? So that's the thing. If you guys come back to the streams this week and you ask me these things, I'm going to say, I don't know. Don't ask me. You know who to ask. His name is Asmongold. He streams every day. You could go over there and ask him because I don't know what he's doing. He hasn't spoken to me. Okay? So that's that. So if I have an update, I'll let you know. Like if I hear from Asmongold or whatever, I will absolutely positively let you know. But in the meantime, there's just no reason to really bring it up because I don't know what's going on. Okay? Done. Thanks for ghosting me, bro. Okay. Honestly, okay, if the appearance happens, great. If not, okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to be very upset and I'm going to point and waggle my finger in extreme disapproval. And no one wants that. In reality, I actually don't care. I'm serious. I'm more interested in doing it because you guys seem interested in it happening at this point. You guys are like pumped and been talking about it nonstop. At this point, like I get the initial interest and it's like, well, if we didn't lock it in and schedule it and have it happen, then I'm I'm the kind of guy, I have that mind that I like planning. And if I can't plan it, I don't like to do it. You know what I mean? Like right now, if Asmongold said, I just want you to drop your stream right now and I'll have you on as a guest, you know what I would say? No. I'm not like that. I hate that. I'd rather do what I have planned so you guys know what's going on. And then, hey, we'll plan it. We'll actually have it set in stone. We'll that's how I operate. Not, everyone drop everything for me because I'm important and I want to do it now. Same thing with Keemstar. That's how Keemstar was. Every time Keemstar wanted to do something, it's like, Phil, drop your stream, drop whatever you're doing right now. Read my tweet, read this DM, do this with me now. No, that's not how actual adults operate. Now, you may be a popular streamer on the internet, whether it's Keemstar, Asmongold, or whoever, but I come from the world of normalcy. I come from a world where I used to work at an office job for 5 years, and we had to do like order, schedules, professionalism. It seems like I'm one of the rare people in the industry that actually has an air of professionalism when it comes to this kind of stuff, and that's maybe why I'm different and I stand out, because I have a set schedule where you know exactly what I'm doing every day, because it's easy to reach me and contact me, and I actually follow up and respond and say and do what I say I'm going to do, but then others don't. I don't know. It's starting to be a pattern. to be frank. Okay. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's that. I got it out of the way. Now we can talk about other topics. All right. And by the way, no matter what, I am going to have another appearance with Wings of Redemption for sure. That's definitely happening. It's just a question of when. It's not a question of if. It's a question of will it be Monday? Will it be the Monday after? I don't know yet. I'll let you know. Okay. And you know what? How about this? I will publicly apologize right now to Jordy. Okay? I will. Because he deserves an apology because I should have by now locked in the date that he would be appearing. And now, because of all this other stuff going on, I haven't been able to do that. So I do want to publicly apologize to him. You deserve better. I wish that I could actually lock in with a date with you, but I can't right now. How's everyone this morning? Who do we got on stream? Let's take a look. We've got You're Not Funny, Original Grant, Bookworm, Glimbo Goat. What kind of a name is that? Chris, Blue Mist, Hungry Man. Who else do we got? Swaggy, Deadpool. How you guys doing? Over on Kick, we got John Bono, Dark Side Dabbing, username already taken. A Sisyphus Boulder. Very nice. RGB Kings, Floristic? I couldn't read it. It went too fast. You get it? Sean Gates Legacy. How you guys doing over there? Stoneforce Gamer as well. How you doing? By the way, we have our first contribution of the day from Red Eyes, who did a $5 super chat. Set the record straight. Don't let the losers write the narrative and unjustly label you. Defend yourself. Well, I mean, that's kind of what the point of this co-stream was going to be. I wanted Asmongold to ask me things from the detractor content he's seen, and then I could actually tell him the truth of the matter. Like, Phil's been banned from Twitch. Wrong. I've been temporarily suspended from Twitch once or twice. Okay? But I've never actually been banned. What happened was in regards to the partner program, which was a very unprofessional handling of things on the Twitch side of things, which is what spurred me to leave the site and eventually decide to never stream there again and close my account of my own volition. Right now, I could reopen my account and stream immediately. But I don't want to. I have no desire to do that. And I can explain that entire thing to him, you know? But in truth, what it seems like is going to happen is he's going to field questions from my detractors, okay? And then he's going to ask the same fucking questions that I've been asked 4,000 times. I'm going to give him the same answers, and he's going to make judgments for himself, which more likely will be, oh, I don't believe him because everyone says he's a liar. So it's going to be the same song and dance as every single person. So is it really a big deal? Probably not. I don't think it's going to really do much, honestly. If immediately we had gotten on a stream together and he had off the top of his head asked me the questions that he actually had in his head before his head got completely filled with the nonsense from my detractors, then maybe it would have been an interesting appearance. But instead, delay, let everything just influence him, and now it's not going to matter anymore. Right? Isn't that a real take? I think it is, because it's always the same song and fucking dance. If the side scrollers had me on their show within like a week of wanting me on, instead of sitting there saying, I want a question from every fucking detractor, and I want every negative take on Phil, and then just treat it as if it's all true and throw it at me on the interview, maybe the interview wouldn't have been boring. But instead, it was 5 hours of the same questions everyone always asked me. I gave the same answers. They didn't like the answers. And then they went on to do what they did. But so that's just it. So I guess we'll see what happens, okay? Because that's the truth. I just wanted to have a conversation with a guy who had watched some detractor content, but didn't actually know that much about me, had never actually had a conversation with me. You know, let's talk, get to know me a little bit. I'll give you my take on everything. Make judgments for yourself. But when you say, well, I want input from every detractor, then that you're not making a judgment for yourself. All you're doing is you're getting that negative take and you're letting that permeate you. And now you've made your decision based on the insane crowd of assholes on the internet who say things about me because they want personal gain. Anyway, so that's that. Let's move on. Let's talk about what's going on with all my playthroughs now, and then let's talk about the Game Awards, all right? So, playthrough-wise, things are going nicely. We've got good advancement in the games that I've been playing. Sadly, here's the negative. Let's get the negative out of the way, okay? What's up, King Gabriel? How you doing? What's up, Game Boy? Good morning. I see some regulars are coming in. How you guys doing? Here's the negative that sadly there's no update. And in fact, live right now, I'll check for another update. Okay. There's 2 playthroughs that I want to continue and I can't. And it's because both games are broken. Okay. Yeah. So we've got Tormented Souls 2, which I've played a good amount of. I want to continue, and I can't because I'm hard locked because of a game bug. There's a puzzle in the graveyard that literally won't work. I've solved the puzzle, but nothing happens, okay? And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't continue. I want to keep playing. People are like, load a previous save. We already did. You just didn't watch the stream. We did load the previous save. It doesn't fix the bug. Then people are like, well, roll back the patch. I'm not going to roll back patches and shit. That might break another part of the game. There's no point. They need to actually address the issue with their game and fix it, and then I can play it again. Not try to do 17 workarounds to get past this bug. It ain't that big of a deal. Like, I like the game and I want to play it, but I'm not going to sit here for hours messing with it just to ultimately have the game fuck up again anyway. They need to fix it. And if anything, what I'm starting to get now is a taste of what it's like to be a PC gamer. What I've heard of over the years is PC gaming is great because you get the best graphical performance ever and you get access to so many games that you can't get on consoles. But now what I'm starting to get is the negative side of that. These games release and then bug after bug after bug gets discovered. You are the end user playing the game that has to suffer with this stuff. And if the bug's not fixed right away, you're screwed. And that's what's happened here. Tormented Souls 2 was patched on the 10th. The patch broke the game. It's now been 8 days. They haven't patched it again. So we're all stuck. And I can't play the game any further. All right? When they patch it again, which ultimately they probably will, I'll go back to it. I want to, but the playthrough's stuck. Okay? Same thing with the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. I played it for about a week and a half after it came out, did all the offline content, which was great. We may eventually, if you guys want, I may go back to Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero just for a laugh because we know how bad the game is. But for the most part, let's be honest, what do people actually want? Okay? They want me to play more Mortal Kombat. I'm updating this because I forgot to. Let me get the first super chat of the day up on the leaderboard. Thank you to Red Eyes. People want me to play Mortal Kombat Online. They want me to play against people. And I can't do that right now because the online play does not work. It's laggy. It's finicky. It desyncs. It plays the wrong game. I'm not kidding. The way they set up the online play of the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, let's say you wanted to play Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. So you set it up, let's matchmake, go. You wait, and then it says you found an opponent in Mortal Kombat 2. I want to play Mortal Kombat 3. No, Mortal Kombat 2. But I don't want to play that. That's how they did it. If it doesn't immediately find someone playing the game you want, it just matches you for a different game entirely. The fuck kind of system is that? Worthless. So that's why I've never played it online, because it ain't going to work. So what they're doing is they're making a real online mode, but they said at the earliest it'll be 3 weeks out from when the game releases. Well, we're 2.5 weeks in. Friday would be the 3-week anniversary. There's been no update from these guys about it yet. So when they actually do a real online mode, finish the game that everyone bought, then we can go back and try it online and play it, but I can't play it right now. So we have 2 playthroughs literally on indefinite hiatus until the game developers fix the games. That's lame, okay? So what are we doing in the rotation? Well, we got Pokemon Legends ZA. That's going well. In fact, I feel like we're nearing the end of the narrative. We just hit rank B yesterday, and A is the highest rank, and then I feel like there'll be a big finale to the story, like another arc after hitting rank A to finish the storyline. So we're getting near the end of the game, and it's absolutely been great. I love the game. It's chill fun. We always have a great time, great interactions, great support, to be frank. It's just been a great playthrough that I've really enjoyed, and people now have asked me, well, will I play more? After I play the narrative, will I continue? And I'm like, that's really up to you guys. If there is interest in seeing me continue with Pokemon, I'll keep going. But what would we do? Would we fill the Pokedex? Is there post-game content that unlocks? I'm not aware. So I guess what we'll do is play to the end and then see what we want to do. Okay, I'm open to whatever you guys want. Let's see what happens. Okay, so the Pokemon playthrough going well, staying in the rotation, 2 thumbs up. What about American Truck Sim? It rolls on. Every week, we have an audience that likes that game, comes out, engages, and supports with it. So, Truck Sim continues. No complaints there, okay? That once a week, we'll be playing Truck Sim until the interest wanes. Right now, people still show up for it, okay? Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I played it now 3 streams, okay? Last stream, which was on Sunday, I unlocked a whole bunch, including finally unlocking the melee ability at the very end of the stream, where when you get a melee kill, number one, it's easier to get melee kills, supposedly. They say that, I guess when you do it, it's like a better animation. It's I don't know what they're saying, but they're saying it's better. And basically, when you get a melee kill, you get both a health boost and a speed boost. That's what you need. If you want to chain melee kills, you need to have this ability. Without it, melee is very weak. I just got it. I did one match with it, and it was fun. So when we play again tonight, because it is the late stream tonight, we'll be doing that again. We'll be trying to chain melee kills together, and then we'll see what else we unlock. My next major unlock is level 43, where I'm trying to unlock this crazy powerful sniper rifle that I had in the beta. I think then I'm going to start sniping with it, and that's going to make it go crazy again. So tonight's stream should be pretty good. We should have some fun, some chaos, some kill streaks. It should be a good time with the melee. Come on back tonight on my late stream between 7:30 p.m. Pacific time for some Call of Duty action. Okay, so that continues in the rotation right now. So what else am I doing? Well, last night I tried a game called Leave It Alone. This game is an indie game. Excuse me. And all you're doing is you're in a yard collecting leaves. Sounds boring, but it actually has incremental progression. First, you're just picking the leaves up off the ground. Then you upgrade and you can go faster. Then you get a bag to put the leaves in. Then you get a rake to rake the leaves. Then you get a leaf blower. Then you upgrade those. Then you go to a new area and there's a whole new thing. There's hidden items. There's a little bit of a plot line with a mystery to it. It's interesting. It's also $6. So it's not like, oh, that doesn't sound like a groundbreaking game. Well, it's $6. It's meant to be like a time waster game. I've also heard it's very short. We're 2 hours in. And I've been told that basically we'll probably beat it if I stream it again. So it was good. We had a chill time. We talked a lot. It was definitely a late night chill stream kind of a deal. And we got a lot of support for it, which was fun. So I likely will stream it again. Will it be this week? I don't know. But I would like to stream it again and finish it. Let's see what people say, if they want to see a second session of it or not. I would like to beat it. Okay. So that's what's in the rotation right now. And now today, I am officially bringing back Super Mario Galaxy 2. So after this podcast, Super Mario Galaxy 2 will continue. I'd say we're about halfway into the game, and I've really enjoyed it. We're going back. We're getting all the secret stars as they unlock and all of that, and I am challenging myself, and it's fun. If I was just playing it at base value and kind of rushing through it, I don't know how well it would do, but the fact that I'm going back and challenging myself and doing the hardest parts is actually more interesting to me. And it seems like people were liking this playthrough, but then I had to put it on hold because we had a ton of new games coming out in a very short period of time last month. Well, now we're a month later. It's time to bring it back into the rotation and continue as I promised I would. So for those who've been patient, waiting for Mario to return, today is your day. Now, here's the thing. I hope that you guys are going to be here and you'll hang out and you'll support the stream. I understand that it was on hiatus for a month, but you guys kept telling me you wanted it back, so I brought it back. Now, if today we end up getting low attendance, no support, and everyone's bored, then that's probably it. And that sucks because I like the game and I want to continue it. So I do hope that people have come back, and I get it. Sometimes it sucks when it has to go on hold for a while, but it is a throwback game. It is a retro game. It's over a decade old compared to the stuff that I was playing that was brand new that people wanted to see more, right? So I hope that you guys will be here and hang out with me for Mario today and not, run for the hills after the podcast ends. Right now, we actually have good attendance right now for the podcast. So I'm hoping that you guys will stick around for Mario and hang out with me. Okay. Excellent. All right. So that's really what's going on right now. Later on this week on tomorrow night, so Wednesday night, we're going to be trying out the game Baby Steps. This is a game that came out a couple months ago on Steam. And it ended up actually getting popular because, of course, certain streamers played it. But it's a game that's similar to, you ever play that game Quap back in the day? It's the game where you use 4 buttons to walk, and it's incredibly hard to do, okay? So this is a similar game. And you're basically a fat-ass guy trying to walk, but you bumble around like a baby taking its first steps. You fall. It's hard to control. People say it's fun to watch. I'm going to try it tomorrow. We'll see if it's any good. If it's good, great. If it's not, we gave it a shot. At least We're trying new things. Being a PC gamer, it's awesome to have the ability to jump into these things now that I never was able to do before. So I definitely like to try it, and we'll give it a go and see if it's fun and funny or whatever tomorrow night, okay? That's what we're doing for now. Let's see how the rest of this week goes balancing those games, okay? I will bring back Call of Duty as a daytime stream on Thursday. So there will be a major Call of Duty stream on Thursday, FYI, okay? Cool. All right. So that's what's currently going on with the schedule. Now you might say, well, what about all those games last month, those horror games like Poppy Playtime or My Side or maybe some Left 4 Dead? Or those are all possibilities. Right now, the only major games we have in rotation are Pokemon, Call of Duty, and Mario. That's it. We're only juggling 3 games. Sadly, Tormented Souls and Mortal Kombat are on hiatus. Now, they could come back at a moment's notice if they get updated, but we're waiting on the game devs to do something. So we have that availability in the schedule moving forward on late night streams or whatever. If we want to randomly do a horror game once or do something different, we have the ability to do that. We can do it Friday night if we want. I don't know what you want to do. Let's see how things go during the week. Okay? Excellent. Okay. So that's that. Now, my next major topic for today's show, money. I'm just kidding. What's up, Jade? Good morning. How you doing? Good to see you. I did want to say shout out to Dylan. Dylan did a $2 super chat, and he said, me and my wife of 10 years of fandom. Well, thank you, Dylan. I'm glad that you and your wife have enjoyed my content for 10 years. That is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. But I do have to ask, where were you before then? Because I've been streaming for 17 years, so you missed 7 years of content. You got to go back and watch all that, too. That's all available on demand. How dare you drag your feet? You missed 7 out of 17 years. You better get to it. I must say this, though. If the two of you are happily married and you've been watching me for 10 years, that must be some great marriage and great bonding there, because most people who watch me end up tearing each other apart or tearing their own faces off. They just can't watch me for more than like a little bit. But you guys for 10 years, I mean, wow. You got some serious discipline. Awesome. Okay. So anyway, what's going on right now with support? Because I said money. I was serious. I just want to talk about this briefly. Support's great this week so far. We're already 3 goals in. Yeah, if you can believe it. We are 3 goals. Or is it 4 goals? How many goals are we at right now? I actually don't even know. Give me a second. I don't remember. We're 2 goals in. Oh, yeah, because I did DSP Tries It yesterday. So we're 2 goals in. Can't even count. We're 2 goals in. But we figured out yesterday what the next DSP Tries It episode will be. This is an interesting one, okay? We figured it out last night. 4.5 years ago, for the first time and the last time ever on DSP Tries It, I tried something that I had since I had moved here. For those who don't know, I used to live in Connecticut in the United States, and I lived there my whole life until 2014. I moved across the country, literally coast to coast. So now I went from East Coast Connecticut to upper West Coast, Washington State, okay? In Washington, they have a lot of different things that they didn't have in Connecticut. And one of the first things that I noticed was Five Guys, okay? So Five Guys is a place where you can get very fresh burgers. They make them right in front of you, made to order. You can get unlimited toppings. You can get hand-spun milkshakes. You can get fries and hot dogs and things. They don't have a big menu, but they specialize in their menu. I've had Five Guys in person. It's great. Every time I've ever gotten a fresh Five Guys burger, I loved it. Mouth-wateringly delicious burgers. The fries are fried in peanut oil. Absolutely delicious, okay? I don't think I've had a Five Guys shaker. If I did, I don't remember it, okay? So anyway, I like the Five Guys menu. I like Five Guys stuff. Well, 4.5 years ago, I decided to do it for DSP Tries It. And I ordered it. It was 2021. And when the food showed up, it was cold. And the food being cold literally took all the enjoyment out of it. I'm not kidding. Like, I was eating, it's like all the toppings are cold. The hot dog was cold. It's not good. So I haven't had Five Guys since. I'm not kidding. It's been 4.5 years, and I have never had Five Guys again. So I think it's time. Let's give it another shot. Five Guys burgers and fries. This time I will order and get priority, so it'll come quickly, and we'll see if it ends up being better than last time. Okay. Also, I think I'm going to try one of their shakes because, again, I've never actually had a milkshake before from them. So I think I'm going to bring back try one of their milkshakes as well. And that should be fun. Okay. So that's the next DSP tries it when we hit 10 goals. It should be interesting. Now, by the way, here's a troll. This person resub for 4 months. Yeah, they're banned. They're banned, but they're able to automatically resub. So let me get this straight. I banned you 4 months ago, but you've continuously paid me money. I wonder who's the loser in this transaction. What an idiot. How much you want to bet they don't even remember that they're subbed? I bet they don't. That's pretty funny. Anyway, let's continue. So that will be the next DSP tries it when we hit 10 goals. Now, listen, we actually had a bunch of ideas. We had said, what about IHOP and their menu besides pancakes? Like, what if they do like a lunch and dinner? What about Outback Steakhouse, but not a crazy expensive steak, but maybe something like from the middle of their menu, like a sandwich or, like I said, like a lunchish kind of a deal, entree. What about Denny's? What about Panera Bread? I'll be honest, I'm not really interested in Panera Bread. We were talking about it last night. I'm like, I don't think I really care about Panera Bread. I don't think I want to try them, but maybe one of those other ones. So we have other ideas on deck. So once we do DSP tries it, Five Guys, then we'll pick the next one. Okay. Now we also know that in early December, the first week of December, Burger King is doing a new SpongeBob menu featuring a square Whopper burger, a special drink that's pineapple flavored, a piece of pie that's strawberry flavored that's supposed to tie in with Patrick Star for some reason. Don't ask me why. And I guess there's like some kind of fried tots or something too. So they're doing a themed menu. I will be trying that the first week of December. All right. So we kind of already have all the DSP tries it ideas laid out. We got Five Guys, probably one of those other ones, the Burger King menu, and then maybe another one of those other ones. So this is good. It's like I said, I have that methodical mind that likes to plan. So now we have the plan. The outline is laid out. We know what we're doing. Okay. There you go. Cool. What else? Well, as I said, so far this week's been great. Thank you yesterday for all of your support. Please, let's keep that going. So we already got 2 super chats this morning. Let's get our first sub over on Kick that's not a mentally deficient, mouth-drooling idiot. Let's get a normal person to do a sub on Kick. Let's get our first tip of the day on PayPal. Let's get our first membership of the day on YouTube. And for goodness sakes, let's get some kicks. All right, let's go. Right now, let's rally. Let's get our first support of the day right now. All right, well, someone dropped a few single kicks over on Kick, and I do appreciate that. Okay? I do appreciate that. But I only shout out things that are 100 kicks or more. So let's get that right now. Mr. Omega Man did a $2 super chat. He says, for you, my king. Thank you, Mr. Omega Man. I appreciate that. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Mr. Omega Man. All right. Thank you so much. Let's get some more. All right. Let's get to the topic at hand, the major focus of this podcast, which is the Game Awards. All right. So yesterday, the Game Awards streamed their nominations. And you might say, are you going to just go to their website, Phil, and we're going to go through the nominations? Well, that's what I wanted to do today. I figured, hey, let's go to the website. Let's click through. The website doesn't work. I'm serious. If you try to go to the Game Awards right now, their website, it keeps conking out. Like it actually won't even load properly. Yeah, I'm clicking on it right now. It won't load. It keeps erroring. I'll give me a 500-page error. So let me get this straight. You are the premier Game Awards of the world. Everyone watches this every year. Everyone talks about it, hypes it up, but you can't get your friggin' website to load? Is it hosted on GeoCities? What is going on? It won't. It won't load. It's endlessly loading right now. So I'm not going to rely on the website. Instead, what we're going to do, we're actually going to watch their video from yesterday. And we're going to live react to it that way. Okay? So here we go. What's up, Layla the Witch? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I see many more people have joined. Good to see all the regulars. Thanks for coming out today. All right, ready? So Here we go. We're going to live react to the Game Awards nominations. So let's see. Welcome, I don't care. All right, here we go. Best performance.
For Best Performance, the nominees are Ben Starr for Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
I forget. I know he was one of the main characters, right? He was, what's his name? Shit. I haven't played the game in a while. I don't remember any of the names anymore. But anyway, that's good.
Charlie Cox for Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Okay, the two male leads, they're both oh no.
Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote.
Do I really even need to comment on that? Do we really have to comment on that? You know that she's the reason why all the controversy happened with that game, right? Because she's a leftist activist who said she's part of Antifa and so's her wife. And then they cast her as the main character of Ghost of Yote like they thought that was a good fucking idea. That's just genius level, isn't it? Anyway.
Jennifer English for Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Okay, it's like the whole cast.
Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F.
So she's the main character of Silent Hill F. Okay.
And Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Cool. So 3 people from Expedition 33, which was probably the best dramatic performances of the year. Troy Baker, who did a very great job as Indiana Jones, in my opinion. I would argue that the actress that did the main character of Silent Hill F did a good job. I can't comment on Ghost of Yote because I stayed as far fucking away as possible from that political liberal mess. I want nothing to do with it. So, all right, I don't think I have actually an issue with those nominations.
For Best Ongoing Game, the nominees are Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite.
I was going to say Final Fantasy XIV still has a really strong player base, doesn't it? Fortnite certainly does.
Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals,
Okay.
and No Man's Sky.
Honestly, again, I don't think I have an issue with any of those. I think that all makes sense. They all have healthy player bases. They are all, very community engaged games. The devs care and actively update them regularly. So I don't think I have a problem with those either. Okay?
For Best Mobile Game, the nominees are Destiny Rising,
I didn't even know that Destiny had a mobile game.
Persona 5, The Phantom X,
I don't even know what that is. I didn't know Persona 5 had a mobile game.
Sonic Rumble,
Sonic has a mobile game? I didn't know any of these existed. There's a Sonic mobile game?
Uma Masume, Pretty Derby,
Now, the funny part is I know that one because that's the one that's viral all over the internet. That's the one where basically actual racehorses from history, okay, are played by anime girls. And then you raise them and you take care of them and then you race them. Anyway.
and Wuthering Waves.
What the fuck is Wuthering Waves? Well, first off, I gotta say, travesty, where is WWE Champions? How can you list the best mobile games of the year and not list the one that I single-handedly put on the fucking map? It is unacceptable. It should be there. That's number one. Number two, now I know 5 more games to sink all my money into. Yeah, I'm gonna do some pulls tonight, baby. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what am I gonna get in Wuthering Waves? Am I get like a fucking tridents and am I gonna pull some fucking langoustines out of the sea in a loot box or something? What is Wuthering Waves? I've never heard of it. I don't know. Anyway, all right, whatever. See, this just shows how out of touch I am. I don't even know what any of these mobile games are. I never heard of them before. So, okay. All right, here we go.
This year's nominees for Best Art Direction are Clair Obscur, Expedition 33.
Of course.
Death Stranding 2, On the Beach.
Totally agree with that.
Ghost of Yote.
Didn't play it, but based on what I know of the first game, if it's like the first game, then probably that makes sense.
Hades 2.
I loved Hades 2 for the little bit that I played until you guys decided to stop showing up for it. It's a shame I can't play it anymore, but yeah, Hades 2 was great.
And Hollow Knight Silk.
Dude, Hollow Knight Silksong, like I said when I was playing it, best-in-class Metroidvania, crazy amounts of cool, unique locations. I liked how every area felt completely unique and different, right? All these different climates, environments, really well-designed game. Honestly, out of those, I would say either Clair Obscur or Silksong should probably win, but that's my take.
Song. For Best Score and Music, leveled up by Spotify.
Oh, here we go. Totally, the Game Awards are about awarding the best games of the year leveled up by Spotify. Huh?
Nominees are Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silksong.
Okay.
Darren Korb for Hades 2.
Sure.
Lorian Testar for Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
We're starting to see a pattern, aren't we? We're starting to see a clear-cut pattern. It's the same games. We actually have this year, for the first time in a very long time, we have a definitive grouping of games that were actually so good that they were nominated for everything. That's actually good. That's a good thing. However, I'm going to say this as well. Do you notice something about the games? None of them are huge. Not a single game from EA. Not a single game from Ubisoft. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the big boys this year, they're snubbed because their games suck. The big boy games aren't good anymore. It's the little studios. Expedition 33's game devs quit Ubisoft, went off, made their own studio, and made that game. I'm serious. Awesome.
Toma Otoa for Ghost of Yote.
Here we go.
And Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2 on.
All right. I mean, again, I can't actually kind of argue with any of these. What I will say is this. A lot of people are going to say, oh, the only reason Death Stranding 2 is in there is because Jeff Keighley, the guy who runs the Game Awards, is buddy-buddy, almost like best friends with Hideo Kojima, right? Okay, fair enough. That is a true statement. But at the same time, when I look at the scope of the games I played this year, even though the gameplay of Death Stranding 2 wasn't amazing, it still was one of the best games I played this year. I'm not kidding you. I will say that right now. It actually is one of the best games of 2025. There just aren't a lot of great games anymore, guys. You know? Maybe when the year when Death Stranding 1 came out, there was more competition for good games, but now there just isn't anymore. So legit, this was one of the best games of the year, even though I don't think it was like one of the most groundbreaking games I've ever played. It's still great. So I can't argue with these nominations right now.
The beach. The best audio design nominees are Battlefield 6.
I would say for Battlefield sound effects and things, it actually does. It's a great sounding game. For the little bit I played of it, it was really realistic sounding. I did enjoy that.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Great.
Death Stranding 2 on the Beach.
There you
Ghost
go.
of Yote.
Oh.
And Silent Hill F.
Okay, for audio design, there was some creepy stuff in Silent Hill F, I would say. Some of the audio, yeah, I will agree there. Absolutely, I'll agree with that.
Best Adaptation was added to the Game Awards in 2022 to recognize an outstanding show, movie, or other creative work inspired by and based on an established video.
What is in the background? He's got like a flag that's a flag of the Game Awards. Like, you're not a country. You're not a nation. This isn't like your national address. What is he doing?
Video game world. Here are this year's nominees for Best Adaptation.
Okay.
A Minecraft Movie.
I didn't see it.
Devil May Cry.
I didn't see it.
Splinter Cell Deathwatch.
I don't even know what that is.
The Last of Us Season 2.
I certainly didn't fucking see that.
And Until Dawn.
I did see that. Now, here's the funny part about it, all right? Until Dawn, in my opinion, is an actual good horror movie, but it's not a good Until Dawn movie because it has nothing to actually do with the game. I'm serious. It has different characters. It's a different plot, but it's actually a unique story for a horror movie. I really liked it, but it's not Until Dawn, so I don't understand how you could say it's the best adaptation when literally they did everything they possibly could to not have it be an accurate adaptation of the game. But the other stuff, I don't know. I just basically, I don't see that shit. So I can't even say a word about any of that.
For Best Narrative, the outstanding nominees are Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
What a shocker.
Death Stranding 2
Whoa!
on the Beach.
No way.
Ghost of Yote.
Whoa!
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Silent Hill F.
It's all the same games, except now they threw in Kingdom Come.
Best Community Support celebrates game developers who continually and transparently engage, support, and respond to their players. This year's nominees are Baldur's Gate 3.
What did See, I don't even know that Baldur's Gate 3 did anything this year, but maybe they did.
Final Fantasy 14,
Okay.
Fortnite,
Okay.
Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
Honestly, isn't that exactly the same as Best Ongoing Game? It's almost the same exact reward when you think about it. So,
Your nominees for Games for Impact are Consume Me,
I don't know what does Games for Impact mean? Can he explain what the category is? What is Games for Impact? They're supposed to have an impact on society, culture, leftist beliefs and ideals. I don't know. I'd like to know, but they're not explaining.
Despelote, Lost Records Bloom and Rage,
It's a bad category, I can tell you, because I played that. An awful category.
South of Midnight, and
Why? Wait, why South of Midnight? Because the main character's black? Because it's in the South, the deep South of the United States? That might actually be a racist domination. Like, I thought the game was good on its own merits for the little bit that I played of it. I was like, oh, the gameplay is good, the music's good. Games for impact? What impact? Just because it's set in the deep South and the main character is African American, what? That's impact? I don't get it. Whatever.
Wonderstop.
I don't know what Wonderstop even is. So.
The category of Best Multiplayer, the nominees are
Okay.
Arc Raiders.
I mean, I'm not surprised it got thrown in there because that's a last-minute nomination. You can tell it just came out a couple weeks ago, but there's so many people raving about how good it is. That's why it's in there.
Battlefield 6.
Okay, I understand that.
Elden Ring Night Rain.
That I don't get because, to be honest, Elden Ring Night Rain, yeah, there was a fan base for it. It's called the FromSoft fan base, and outside of that, Night Rain did not do numbers like Elden Ring. It didn't. Like, it did not get that much attention. So I really don't know why that's even in there.
Peak and
What the fuck is Peak?
Split Fiction.
You know what's funny? No Call of Duty. Did you notice that? So Battlefield 6 got nominated, but no Call of Duty. I don't know what the hell Peak is.
Best Independent Game celebrates games with a high degree of risk tolerance, produced outside the traditional publisher system. Those nominees are Absolem,
Never heard of it.
Ball Pit,
I didn't even know about that till you guys told me. It's like the other day you were screaming Ball Pit. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Blueprints,
Wow! An indie game I played getting some respect. That's cool because I loved Blueprints.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
I think we know what's going to win this, right? I mean, come on.
Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong.
All right, maybe Hollow Knight will win it. Because, you know, for me, I'm torn. Like, I don't know. If you were to ask me, can you decide between Claire, I can't even speak. Can you decide between Claire Obscure Expedition 33 or Hollow Knight Silksong? I'd be like, that's a really tough ask because you're talking two best in class for me. Like, Claire Obscure is one of the best, if not best in class RPGs I've played in 100 years. And Silksong is definitively the best Metroidvania I've ever played. So that would actually be really hard for me to make a judgment call on, man. So I don't know.
Best Debut Indie Game recognizes a development team that hasn't won a Game Award before. In fact, these teams published their first game this year.
Oh.
The nominees are Blueprints,
Oh, I didn't even know that that was their first game.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
I did know that was their first game because, again, that was the game devs who worked for Ubisoft. They quit, made their own studio, and this was their first game.
Despelote,
I don't know what the hell's Despelote. Never heard of it.
Dispatch,
Okay, fair enough. Everyone's raving about Dispatch right now.
and Megabonk.
Mega. I'm sorry. But I looked at Megabonk. It's just another one of these flash in the pan viral games that some streamer played and then another streamer played. If it wasn't for a streamer playing it, no one would have ever known what Megabonk was or cared. Whatever. And no, it's not Bonk from like the TurboGrafx 16 days at all. It's something very different.
For Best VR AR Game, the nominees are Alien Rogue Incursion,
So here we go. VR AR games that no one knows about or played. Here we go.
Ark & Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR,
I didn't even know Deadpool VR came out.
and The Midnight Walk.
These games are so like, it's like I said, since the day that VR tried to get pushed into the forefront. All right. When all the media, all the games journalists said it's the future of gaming, which was like 10 years ago, right? Name me one game on VR that's a killer app, that's a must play, and a game of the year contender. The only game I've ever heard anyone even mention in that kind of circle would be Half-Life Alyx. That's it. Every other time it's like, well, it's kind of a gimmick game. It's fun for a little bit. VR ain't it, man. Or at least it hasn't hit it yet. It just hasn't, you know?
For Content Creator of the Year, the nominees
Oh,
are
here we go. I'm sure these are going to be incredibly pertinent people who I know all about. Let's go.
Kadril,
Who the fuck is Kadril?
Kai Sanat,
Oh, I know him because he's all over social media.
Moist Critical,
Okay, here's the hilarious part about Moist Critical. Wait, what the fuck? Look at no. Look at the picture of Moist Critical. Number one, He's literally sitting in his fucking studio bedroom that he streams from. They didn't have a better picture of him. And on top of that, look at the picture. Look how they doctored the fuck out of the picture of Voice Critical. Yo, look at his face. It's so crazy edited and airbrushed and shit. Oh my God, dude.
Sakura Miko.
What the fuck is Sakura Miko? Sakura, shut the fuck up. Who the fuck is Sakura Miko?
And the Burnt Peanut.
What the fuck is the the burnt peanut? What the fuck is the burnt peanut? Yo! No! No! That can't be real! No fucking way that's real! The burnt peanut? Oh my God! The burnt peanut! If ever, there has been a better example of how we've all become brain rot because of the fucking internet, the burnt fucking peanut, baby. I can't believe he's got a fucking dunce beanie on like he's Tweedledum or Tweedledee. He's literally stolen the annoying orange face from the annoying orange and just put it on a peanut. I know nothing about this person. I don't need to know anything about the person. Literally, let's just move on. Holy fucking shit.
Part of the Game Awards is looking forward to what's next. And don't worry,
Oh.
we'll have lots of games to announce for you on December 11th. But what's the most anticipated upcoming game? Here are the nominees based on currently announced titles.
Okay, GTA 6. I don't even need to watch it. Every year it's GTA 6. It's going to be GTA 6 again, right? Okay.
007 First Light.
GTA 6.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Okay.
Marvel's
Thank you.
Wolverine. Resident Evil Requiem. And The Witcher 4. The best action-adventure game nominees are Death Stranding 2 On the Beach. Ghost of Yote. Hollow Knight.
Wait a minute. They think Death Stranding 2 is an action-adventure game? No, it's not. It's not an action-adventure game at all. Did he play it? You just deliver shit the whole game, and then every once in a while you have to fight or do stealth on some enemies. It's not action-adventure. That's kind of a miscategorization.
Silksong.
Hollow Knight Silksong is not action-adventure. It's Metroidvania. It's its own category.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And Split Fiction.
Split Fiction is action-adventure? I actually didn't play it, so I actually don't know.
For best role-playing game, the jury selected Avowed.
Okay, did you hear what he just said? All right, here we go. The jury selected. Do you know who's on the jury? Game journalists. And a few very select influencers / content creators. That's it. No actual gamers. It's just this really, really select group of people who are, by the way, all leftists. So when you see things in here selected, you're like, I don't understand why that would be nominated. That's why, because they have agendas and shit when they try to get stuff nominated. So it's sad. That's why they do the actual gamer's choice where the real people vote. But yeah, so that's why Avowed. There's literally not a single actual gamer who will nominate Avowed as Game of the Year. Okay, not Game of the Year, excuse me. Best role-playing game. Avowed had good graphics. Avowed had a good gameplay loop and combat and a good looting system, I would argue. It did not have a good story. It was very, very bad. The story was boring as hell. That's why I quit it. Like, I was liking the game, and then when I went to the main story to advance the game, I was so bored, I said, fuck it, I'm not playing it anymore. So, it should not be Best Role-Playing Game nominated at all.
Clair Obscure Expedition 33,
Okay.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2.
What's hilarious is I totally forgot about Monster Hunter Wilds existing, but it's such a big franchise. Those who don't know, Monster Hunter is one of the best-selling franchises in the world. It's, I believe, #2 best-selling franchise under Capcom. I forgot it existed. I really did. It's weird that it came out this year, and now I haven't heard much about it. Outer Worlds 2 just came out, and I guess you can argue it could be considered one of the best RPGs of the year, but because there's not a lot of good ones, honestly, you know? By the way, Alex from Phoenix, thanks for $2. He says, the burnt peanut for the next marathon stream. I don't know what you mean. What would we do on a marathon stream regarding the burnt peanut? Anyway. Okay.
In the category of Best Fighting Game,
Ooh. In reality, there weren't a lot of new fighting games this year, so this is probably going to be like bottom of the barrel scraping. Let's see.
the nominees are 2XKO,
That actually, I guess it did technically come out, but it was like a weird soft launch because it had previously had betas and it's a free-to-play game. But I guess it came out. Okay.
Capcom Fighting Collection 2,
What the hell? Why is that even nominated? It's a retro collection. It's not even a new game, technically.
Fatal Fury City of the Wolves,
I would think that's going to win, even though I personally don't like the game. I think Fatal Fury City of the Wolves will win this award.
Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection,
How did you just nominate a collection that doesn't work? You literally nominated a collection of retro Mortal Kombat games where the online play is not complete. Because dummy game journalists nominated these games. They didn't even fucking play them. So they didn't even know that the game doesn't work online because they're idiots. That's why.
and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage.
I didn't even know that existed. What is that? Another version of Virtual Fighter 5? Isn't like the 17th one? I think Fatal Fury will win that.
The nominees for Best Action Game are Battlefield 6,
So wait, so action game? So we had action adventure, now it's just action? Like, what's the distinguishing characteristic between action adventure and action? What's the difference?
Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
I have no idea what would win that category, honestly. I didn't play Shinobi, but I don't know. Out of all those, like, probably for me, it would either be Battlefield, which I only played a little of, but I still liked it, or probably Hades 2, but I don't know.
Innovation and accessibility celebrates games that are making our industry
Okay.
available and enjoyable to more people. The
Good.
nominees for innovation and accessibility are Assassin's Creed Shadows,
Wait a minute. He's not going to say why? If we don't know why there's innovation and accessibility, then how could you choose? Like, I don't know why Assassin's Creed Shadows was accessible.
Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight.
Well, I'm happy to hear they were accessible. I just wish I knew why. I guess they couldn't be bothered to tell us.
Next up, Best Family Game. The nominees are Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Okay.
Lego Party,
Okay.
Lego Voyagers,
4 Lego games, watch.
Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction.
I don't know. Split Fiction is a family game? Oh, fair enough, I guess.
Best Sim Strategy Game nominees are The Alters,
The Alters was a strategy game?
Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilise Chronicles,
Okay.
Jurassic World Evolution 3,
Okay.
Sid Meier's Civilization 7,
That's odd because I was told outright not to play Civ 7 because it was a bad game. People literally said, it's so bad that Civ fans hate it. Don't play it because we'd rather see you eventually play a good game like that. So I stayed away from it. Yet here it is nominated for Best Strategy Game or Best Sim Game, I guess.
Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a new 2 Point game. 2 Point Museum came out this year?
These
Huh.
games are nominated for Best Sports Racing Game. EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World,
What? You know the journalist didn't fucking play the game. Dude, Mario Kart World is actually one of the worst racing games ever made. It's not even based on racing. Like, if you're good at racing, that doesn't actually affect your outcome in Mario Kart World. It's literally about, like, banking items and shit. It has nothing to do with racing. Hilarious.
Rematch, and Sonic Racing Crossworld.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds has way more to do with racing than Mario Kart World.
Now the nominees in our 3 esports categories, starting with Best Esports Game. The nominees are Counter-Strike 2,
Still in there. It's still huge, huh?
Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang,
Mobile Legends Bang Bang? Why not do, Fighter on Phone Punchy Punch? Jesus.
and Valorant. The nominees for Best Esports Athlete are
I don't know who these
Rock,
people are.
Chovy, Forsaken, Kakaru, Mena RD,
All right, obviously I know him. I didn't know it was pronounced Mena RD, actually.
and Zywoo. And for Best Esports Team, our Special Esports Committee nominated these teams: Gen G League of Legends, NRG Valorant, Team Falcons Dota 2, Team Liquid PH Mobile Legends
Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Bang Bang, and Team Vitality Counter-Strike 2. Okay, we're almost done, but there are still 2 very important categories to go. First, Best Game Direction recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. The nominees are Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
No
Death
shit.
Stranding 2 On the Beach,
No
Ghost
shit.
of Yote,
It seems like they really wanted to nominate Ghost of Yote for everything this year, likely to stick it to all the conservatives who didn't like it because it had the main voice actress being a real life leftist. So basically, that's why Ghost of Yote got nominated for literally everything, it seems.
Hades 2, and Split Fiction.
Okay.
And now it's the big one. GOTY, Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers.
Wait a minute. Did he just say goatee? Goatee? Is that a thing? Are people actually pronouncing Game of the Year as goatee? He actually said that as like it's a word. I have never heard that once before. Guys, am I missing out? Am I like out of touch with culture? Do we say goatee now? Really? Am I missing? What? Am I out of touch? I have never heard anyone say goatee before. They say goatee on TikTok all the time, but adults don't. Oh. Well, he has to say it because, he's so hip and cool. All right.
Offers the absolute best experience to players across all creative and technical fields. For this year's awards,
Here we go. So, I've already seen these, but I will say this. All right? For like the first time ever, I have actually played every single game that's been nominated for Game of the Year, at least a little bit. That's the first time that's ever happened because now I'm a PC gamer, so I actually had access to all of these games this year, which normally I wouldn't. So that's cool. Okay.
Global TGA jury has selected the following 6 games as the nominees for Game of the Year. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 from
Again, best in class RPG that I've played in a very long time. Not shocked whatsoever that it's there.
Sandfall Interactive. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach from Kojima Productions.
Not shocked. Number one, he's friends with Kojima. But number two, it actually is kind of a dry year for games. And it has a great narrative. It has great graphics. The gameplay, meh. But overall, it was an enjoyable experience for me. So there you go.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Now, here's the thing. They needed to put a Nintendo game in here. They had to. You understand? It's like a necessary thing. Because if they don't put that in there, then it's like, oh, there's no family-friendly Game of the Year nominee or whatever, right? They had to put one in there. You're not going to put Mario Kart World in there because arguably it's actually one of the worst Mario Kart games ever made, okay? You're not going to put Pokemon in there because the Pokemon community has panned Pokemon Legends ZA as one of the worst Pokemon games ever. What else has there been? You know what I'm saying? That wasn't like... So well, what is it? Well, here's the exclusive, right? Donkey Kong Bonanza is okay, but it's incredibly boring for 80% of the game. It's insanely repetitive. They just use the same mechanic over and over, which is very lame. The first 2 hours of the game And the last 2 hours of the game are the best parts of the game. And if you cut out the entire middle 25 hours and you just slap together 4 hours, it would be exactly the same quality of game. I'm serious. So, no, it's not game of the year. It's okay, but it's not what they were hoping. It's not the next Super Mario Odyssey like they were hoping at all. But people seem to pretend like it is. It's not. It actually was quite a boring game. Okay.
From Nintendo, Hades 2 from Supergiant Games.
Like I said, I love Hades 2. I was really enjoying it, but you guys didn't like it, so I had to stop playing it. But I understand why it's there. Great creative direction, great gameplay mechanics. It has interesting story. It's good.
Hollow Knight Silksong.
Best in class Metroidvania. Haven't seen a better one yet. Maybe I am ignorant to that regard, but I think it's the best Metroidvania ever made. Not shocked to see that it's nominated.
From Team Cherry. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
So many people liked this game that I have to think there's a good game there. But I played the first 2 hours during a marathon, and I was so fucking bored, I couldn't stand it. So I never went back to it, nor do I want to. But if you got, I'll take your word for it. You guys have said it's an amazing game. I just never got to the parts that I guess were good. Okay?
From Warhorse Studios. There you have it, your nominees for Game of...
So to be honest with everyone, this may actually be the Game Awards that I actually agree with most of it. Like, usually I have a lot of issue with it, and I'm like, what a bunch of bullshit. Most of these games are, I never heard of them. No, actually, I would say it's pretty accurate. And the funny part again is, did you notice, literally no giant games from any huge studio really have been mentioned. Maybe you could say Battlefield got a few nominations, but did you notice nothing major from any major studio really made it in? Because they're not making good games anymore. Like, literally, they're not. They're just making terrible games. So what do you expect? They have the biggest budgets, the biggest dev teams, the most resources, and they're literally pumping out dog shit at a record pace. If anything, this is the year of the indie showing that these indie games are outshining. You want to know why? Here's the honest answer for this, okay? Why are indie games better than AAA games? Passion. They actually have passion for what they're making. AAA studios have become a business where we put together a product for mass consumption to print money. That's not art. They have lost their way. You need to have passion for the project you're making first to make it a truly artistic wonder first. Then the money comes. It doesn't work when you're just planning for the money to print. So that's what's going on with the AAA industry right now. And it's sad because there used to be a situation where it used to be, hey, every year I could trust that EA, Ubisoft, Capcom, Bethesda, you name it, these big studios would pump out banger after banger every year. And you'd be like, oh, wow, every month a new big game from a AAA studio. Now, most of these games, do you know a single person who's talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows? It came, it went, it's garbage. No one thinks about it. It's in ancient memory already. No one gives a shit. And that's the sad fact, is that the mighty have fallen at this point, and people are giving more attention to the games that are truly good, which is good. Imagine a world where everyone overhyped all the AAA games this year, and you never heard about Clair Obscur. You never got to see Hollow Knight Silksong. And hell, even Blueprints, which I know a lot of people haven't really played or talked about, even Blueprints just got featured, which is well-deserved. Instead, normal year, sweep those under the rug, just talk about the big AAA games. I'm glad that didn't happen this year. Finally, the good games are actually getting a prominent push. That's excellent. I hope that pattern continues, and I'm happy now that I'm a PC gamer and I can, enjoy a lot of these games that normally I wouldn't have known about or been able to experience. I'm happy that now I can get to experience them because, man, if I wasn't a PC gamer this year, I would have missed out on a lot of good shit. So, all right, well, that was actually fun. That was actually legit fun to go through. I hope that you guys enjoyed that little react segment. I don't know what you think about it, but I thought that was fun to do. Okay? Excellent. By the way, Belushi, YouTube, thank you for re-upping your membership. He's just going to give me a shout out. I just did. Thank you, Belushi. Really? There's going to be an Assassin's Creed about witches? Okay, well, guys, that's what I got for today. All right, that's totally what I got for today. Jade says, I'm happy Jurassic World Evolution 3 is in there. His little bro played it. Cool. I'm sure it's great. It's a sim game, right? It's running your own Jurassic Park. Remember, I played 1 years back, and it was a pretty good game. Someone tipped $2 says, what are your thoughts on Dispatch hitting their 3-year sales target in only 3 months? And also their quote of maybe AI is a creative solution if you aren't a creative person. Good for them and good for them on both counts. And that's all I really have to say about it. Good for them and good for them. Congrats. Congrats on the sales. Congrats on your intelligence level. Congrats on both counts. Jade, Call of Duty is tonight, the late stream. We're doing Mario today on the day stream. Call of Duty is the late stream, and I'm excited to do melee combat tonight. We actually can do it because I have the ability unlocked. Now, to be fair, the melee will become even better when I think I hit level 51, because then I unlock the stealth mode that turns you into the fucking Predator. Then it's going to be wild, because then you get your first kill for free. But, until then, it'll still be fun. Where was Mind's Eye? In the toilet, where it belongs, I guess. Right? Yeah, I saw Black Ops 7's getting a lot of heat for using AI, and that's the thing, like, the problem with Activision right now is that they always pump out a Call of Duty every year, and when they do so, they have to rush it. So they have to cut corners and stuff. And that's the problem with this Black Ops 7. It feels like a game you've already played with some new things tacked on, and that really much is what it is. Now, if you're just looking for that gameplay loop and that rush of adrenaline or whatever, great. But to be honest, yeah, it feels like slop. It does. And, the criticism it's getting is probably well-deserved. I don't know what else to say about it. So I got a $2 tip. Someone says, another small piece of gaming news. The game Megabonk withdrew their best debut indie nomination at the Game Awards. They're not a debut indie, which is pretty funny. Oh, so they're not on there anymore? Claire Obscure's producer said the main inspiration was actually Lost Odyssey, which he said was underrated. Yeah, that's the game I told you guys I always wanted to play for you. But I knew that it probably wouldn't be well received on my streams because of the kind of turn-based RPG it is. And here we are in 2025. Probably the best RPG in ages is Claire Obscure. And guess what? It wasn't well received on my streams. People constantly complained they hated the game. It was slow. It was boring. I could barely finish it, and I never got to play Act 3. So here we are all these years later. I've always said I wanted to play Lost Odyssey, right? And now here we are. Now I think you understand why I never got around to playing Lost Odyssey. This is exactly why. But yeah, Lost Odyssey is an outstanding game. Why don't I play on a gaming monitor? Because it's never really been a part of my setup. Okay, ever since I started gaming, I liked gaming on a TV in a living room with surround sound speakers and stuff like that. When I started being a YouTuber, that started like that because I would just use a camera pointed at the TV. When I adopted direct capture in 2013, obviously that had to change. So I started using headphones and everything. But I've always still just gamed with the TV. Like right now, my setup, I don't have really a way to have a monitor here. I have 2 desks, one that has my laptop and all this set up here. Here I have my keyboard, mouse, my camera is here. The TV's right there. That's how I play games. Maybe eventually I could do a gaming monitor, but it would have to do with like completely changing my setup, like buying a really high-end desk. I would think that maybe I could put here at like an angle. Maybe I would put the monitor here, but closer to me than the TV, like maybe they're angled, and then over here I'd have stuff. I mean, it's not impossible. It's just I never really got around to working with that. It's not that I don't want to or that I don't think that it would be good. Maybe it would be, but the TV has some input delay, but not as much as you think. It's a really good TV for gaming. I looked it up and researched it when I got it. It's just not as good as a gaming monitor. You're right. I'm never going to dispute that, but it's still good. I have received a $10 tip from You're Not Funny, which is your goatee. What's your goatee? Hey, Phil, what's your goatee this year? Your goatee. Oh, man. Do we really have to start talking like this now? The brain rot is fucking real. First, we had the burnt peanut. Seriously, the fucking burnt peanut as a content creator of the year nomination. Like someone fucking knows who that is. And then we've got goatee. He actually said goatee. Well, it's like I said, taking a look at those 6 Game of the Year nominees, I would agree. Honestly, I would agree with 4 of them. I would agree with Silksong, Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, and what was the other one? One keeps slipping my mind. I don't know why. I don't agree with Donkey Kong Bonanza, And I didn't like the intro to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And since I never got past the intro, I'm not going to say it's a Game of the Year contender for me. But a ton of people loved it. So there you have it. I get it. What was the other one? Why am I having a brain fart about this one particular game? No, not Dying Light. What was the actual one? What was the sixth nominee? Someone say it, quick. Someone quickly say what the sixth nomination was that I didn't bring up. No, I said Death Stranding. Why can't we figure out what it is? Listen. No, we said Silk Song. We said Donkey Kong. We said Kingdom Come. Hades 2, thank you. It was Hades 2. So I could argue Silk Song, Hades 2, Death Stranding 2, and Clair Obscur all make absolute complete sense to me why they would be in the Game of the Year discussion. They do. They wanted to get a Nintendo game in there. They're going to put Donkey Kong Bonanza in there. I don't know about Kingdom Come. I didn't like the intro, but not every game is for me. All right? So, I mean, honestly, there are a few other games. Would I add in there? Yeah. Let's see. What other games would I put in there that I played this year that I think would be a Game of the Year contender? Let's see. Going off of what I did at the beginning of the year and heading into later in the year, let's see here. Definitely for me, Blueprints. Blueprints 100% should be a Game of the Year nominee. Absolutely. Okay? Remember, I have to only nominate games from this year, and that's where I'm having some challenge here. They can only be from this year. I did play a lot of games that were older games. Anything else? Man, maybe not. Maybe there is nothing else. Oh, Chronos the New Dawn. I really liked Chronos the New Dawn. As difficult as the game was in parts, I would definitely say that was one of my favorite games of the year. You know what? I'm just going to say it. Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I really liked the game. I didn't get to play it enough because you guys didn't like watching it. But I actually was liking it, and I was liking it more and more the more I played it. Hades 2, I would say yes. It sucks that I only got to play a whopping 4 parts of it until you guys were tired of it and didn't want to see it anymore. But Hades 2 for sure. You know, I would say Battlefield, I sucked at it, but that doesn't mean that I don't respect it. Like, I do think that it's a good game. It just, I wasn't good at it, right? See, and this is going to be a tough year for me, too. Here's why, right? Like, here's an example. I like Tormented Souls 2. I think it's a great game. But now I can't play it anymore because I'm hard locked. So if they don't fix it, I can't eat. Like, what do I do? I like it. I want to say it's a good game, but how can I recommend a game that's broken to people? You know? This is what I mean. Like, a game like that, they got to fix that shit or they're fucked. You know? Or, like with Pokemon, I absolutely think that Pokemon is one of my favorite playthroughs of the year, but is it a Game of the Year contender? I mean, it doesn't really do anything special. It's just a nice, chill game that we're enjoying together, you know? But does that necessarily mean that it's amazing, you know, jaw-dropping quality? No, not at all. It's going to be hard for me this year. I think legit it's going to be difficult for me this year to actually pick 10 games that I want to say are the best of the year. It might actually be a daunting challenge for me. I guess we'll have to see. By the way, I got a super chat from RPLQ, $10 super chat. Will you play Hollow Knight sometime next year? There's a strong chance that the answer is yes. There is. There's a strong chance that the answer is yes. I liked, obviously, Silk Song a ton, okay? And I know that Hollow Knight is the predecessor. People are saying Hollow Knight is actually much easier than Silk Song. So, oh, was that you, Layla? So, you know what happened is your name must be different on your channel than it is as your name on your YouTube channel. So if that's you that super chatted, that's why it looks different. So that was you that super chatted. It's fine. It's all good. But yeah, no, I'm strongly considering it. Like I said, I would play it. Just I don't want to do it now. That doesn't make sense. I just beat Silk Song. Going from one Metroidvania to the next Metroidvania back to back, people are going to be burned out on it and be like, that's way too much. You got to give it a rest. Next year probably would be a good time. Give it a few months rest. Look for a time in the schedule when there's not a lot going on, and that's when you bring it back. I think that's when it would work. Someone made a funny comment yesterday on DSP Tries It. Of course, they were trying to troll. They were like, they were saying, "Oh, stop messing with your toupee. It looks terrible." And I responded, I was like, don't you understand that if it was a toupee, it would look better? Like, obviously, my hair is completely uneven because it's natural. If I had a toupee, it would look much better than that. So, your comment is stupid. Why does my barber make it look like that? They don't. My hair is natural to my head. I'm getting older. The hairline's screwed up. It's what happens when you get older. See, here's the thing. When you get older, a few things happen, okay? Your hair starts to change color. You have less of it. It grows unevenly. Your body starts to sag in certain parts. Your joints start to ache. You start to have a different metabolism. So you can't eat like you used to because then you can't really burn it fast. You put it on as weight instead. It's harder to build muscle. You get tired more often. You want to go to sleep earlier. Like, I could continue. These are all natural things that happen when you get older. There's nothing you can do about them besides try to manage them. So, now I started working out, and it actually is helping with some of these issues that, with the joints and everything. To be honest, I was having some carpal tunnel style symptoms and things. And since I started working out, some of that's actually been mitigated, which is good. Okay. I'll never completely cure it. Eyesight is 100%. My eyes are starting to go for sure. My up close sight. Like, my distance sight, I always had a little bit of issue with, but now it's my up close sight is going. And I would say probably within the next couple of years, I'm going to have to go to an eye doctor, and I'm probably going to have to get glasses because it's not good. Up close, I'm having a hard time seeing shit. It sucks, but it's just the truth. I'm going to end up with glasses. There's nothing I can do about it. So you guys get used to me wearing glasses. Those years I was wearing Gunner glasses. Well, I'm going to be wearing real glasses probably soon because it's getting harder for me to see. Yeah, it's funny because here I am getting older. Okay? My hand-eye coordination probably isn't as good as it used to be. Definitely my joints aren't as good as they used to be. But I'm literally arguably playing the hardest games I've ever played. Like, I'm playing Silk Song, and I'm actually beating all the content of it. I'm playing every FromSoft game. You know what I mean? Like, I never used to play difficult games like that. The only challenging game that I played was Call of Duty. Excuse me. Was Street Fighter. I did play Call of Duty and other things too, but like, Street Fighter was by far the most challenging, hardest thing I played. Today I play far harder games than I ever have before. Have I decided what I'll order from Five Guys? There's no reason to decide what I'm ordering from Five Guys until we get support. You want me to start talking about that? Let's get some support. Let's hit that goal. Because when we're at 3 out of 10, we're one step closer to ordering Five Guys. Then I'll start having those kind of thoughts. But until we're closer, I don't see why we're even talking about it. Let's go. We have no kick support right now. None. Let's go. Let's get a sub. Let's get some kicks right now. I'm not messing around here. I'm waggling my finger in disapproval at you. Ladle the Witch to the $5 super chat says, I think you fixed your name. You did. It says Ladle the Witch in your super chat now. Thank you for $5. Jasper Kitty, what were you doing in my closet? Went in the closet for a bit. What you doing, buddy? How am I feeling about Galaxy 2? Do I like it better than Sunshine? Galaxy 2 is good. I just felt like it is a little unpolished compared to Galaxy 1. Like, I think Galaxy 1 just feels like a really well-polished machine, right? Galaxy 2 has had a little bit of wonkiness in some of the things in it, like some of the physics and things like that. I've been, like, glitched out a few times. I'm still having fun with it, so I'm not complaining. I haven't played it now in a month. I wonder how good or bad I'll do. I might suck today because I might be, like, rusty at playing a Mario game because I haven't touched it in a month, but hopefully we'll do good. Okay, last minute stuff, guys. Tag me in chat. Let's know. Let's see what you want to talk about, because then we're going to jump into Mario, and then, we're not going to be having open discussion all day, so let's go. Let's go. What do you want to talk about? Can I open Pokemon packs? No, I don't have any Pokemon packs to open. What's my opinion on the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer? He's a great man. Absolutely. I have no idea what he ever said or did, but he was a great man. Am I going to start playing which game? He says, that game. What game? It is not raining today. No, it's cloudy outside, but it is not raining. Is it vest season? Yeah, if I were going outside, I would wear a vest. Like, I don't. I don't wear a vest out, actually, but this is vest weather for sure. It's cool enough outside to be wearing a vest. Can I do a weightlifting stream? Yes, for a $5,000 contribution, I will provide you with video recordings of my workout. But I require a $5,000 compensation for said content because you will then take that content and you will clip farm it for oblivion. So I need financial compensation for that level of entertainment that you're going to get out of it. All right, fair enough. Well, guys, thank you for a great show. I hope that you enjoyed today's Level 1 podcast. There will be one more podcast this week. It will be this coming Thursday, where we will recap everything that has happened during the week, any more gaming news and the like. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Thursday. In the meantime, I hope you'll enjoy all of my gameplay of Mario, Call of Duty, and whatever else comes our way. See you then. Peace out.